Hello! So, nothing like a little late night stream, huh? I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different. We've been doing a lot of free CodeGamp stuff. And I wanted to build something for the community doing the challenge. And kind of put myself to the test, challenge myself, in a way. And I thought, what better way than to write some code? I think it could be pretty exciting. And it's something that I really wanted to do. And I think it's going to save me a lot of time in the process. I'm just going to jump straight into it. First thing we need... what do we need? Well, we need a HTML page, don't we? To house everything. Let's go new file. And we need to do the whole doc type declaration. Do that. Get our HTML in. Get our head. Get our title in. Should probably have set this to something, shouldn't I? I'm just gonna save this into our projects. Let's call it index. And it's going to be an HTML file. Yoicks! Why is it formatting it like that? That's a bit weird. Why so many spacing? Can we do 2, please? There we go. 100 days of code, log formatter, I guess. Then we need to close off the head, start the body, and end off the HTML. I think that's all we need. The HTML element name of doc type must be in lowercase. It is lowercase. Oh, I need that. I was missing that. There you go. No problems have been detected whatsoever. Brilliant. So we have nothing right now. Let me go live. Get this on our browser here. Cool. So we can visualize now what's going on. Okay, and then we're gonna need some JavaScript, aren't we? So in our head, I think it goes in our head. Pretty sure it does. I like this, it's like rich support. So script source. What do we call it? Just call main.js, I guess. Oh, already closed it for us. So there's going to be our script, main.js. Main.js doesn't exist yet, but that's okay. Maybe we should put it in the scripts folder. How about that? Scripts main. We're gonna create it. Oh, that's so smart. That literally like created it for me. Literally created it for me. That's amazing. So we're going to indent it 2 spaces. That's our JavaScript. Cool. We got our index. Sweet. Great stuff. So what now? What do I want to do? I want some kind of input. We're also going to need a CSS file, aren't we? So link style sheet, and then href let's do CSS. Let's do styles.css, I guess. Create file. There we go. Then we can do body background. Or do we just do color? No, it's just background. Background is the one I want. Let's just do like 666 for now. Something like that. Spaces, we're just gonna do 2 spaces. Great stuff. What do we have right now? So where did that then update? I guess it only updates... oh, because it probably didn't exist before, so if I change this to like 888 right now... Yeah, there we go. Oh, that looks good, like the 222, I like that. Okay, so what we need now... We need a box to house this all in, don't we? Or we're gonna do like a container. And then we're gonna do display flex. I thought I was gonna add the semicolon for me, clearly not. Div class. Can I get a list of my classes? Oh, where are you getting these classes from? That's previous ones. Container. Can I not pull up a list? And then we're gonna have another... Ah, come on. Gonna have like intro. Dot intro. Let's do a border. No, just so we can visualize that. Nothing changed there. I have no content, I just realized. Probably should add something. Just call that heading. Probably need this to be display flex as well. But I'm not seeing that border. I think the 2 pixels needs to come before that. I still don't see it. It's weird. Nope. And then we need to justify content. Center. Align items. We want a column. I don't think column is default. Don't think I need to set flex on that, do I? Just want to confirm which of these are clashing. Ah, there you go. So I don't need any of these, because intro belongs to it. So flex direction, justify content, there we go. Gotta remember to do that. Maybe stick that right at the top so that I remember. Don't want to forget that now, do I? Should we just go with like simple white by default? Color like what happened to my border though? I think this width 100%. Is that something I should set there? Oh, that's weird. I don't think I need width 100% to be honest, but I'll have to see. Just want to see something now. Okay. It's weird, where's my border? Let's figure out what's going on here. I should definitely be having a border here. If I do like a 10 pixel, like crazy large. And you still don't see the border. Oh dear, our border is gone. Virani, so you're building something now? Yes, I am building something. Finally, remember I said earlier I'm going to build something? I just can't figure out why the hell the border is not showing. I was going to bed but wanted to check the Twitch out. Yeah, I was considering if I should do this tomorrow and then actually have people around. Might be more exciting, but maybe I can just get the I could just get some information going. It's not a good practice, but you could be interested in. Okay. That's something I'll check out then. Ooh, no ways. Wait. Is this like built in? Is this a thing? I never knew about this. This actually visualizes the blocks. Oh yes! This is exactly what I need. Then I don't have to add stupid borders. Oh man, where have you been my whole life? Oh wow. Yes. Main thing right now is how I'm going to distinctly visualize between two elements. What can I slap on here? Like a lighter grey maybe? My signature purple? I mean, we can always change that later, can't we? But container needs... intro needs a color. So let's do background. 444 maybe? That's gonna be for the heading though. I'm not too worried about the heading, so that's the wrong one to actually be changing. We got container, then we got the intro. Then we're gonna have something else. What is that gonna be? What is that something else gonna be? Intro? I'm gonna call it main. Just, I can always change it if I need to change it. Then main's background. Then we should set probably a minimum width. Let's do like, I don't know, 400 pixels? Did that work? Are you updated? Are you part of the flex still? Because we have our container there, we have our intro there. I'm going to give you a width of 100%. So main is there. Where'd you go, main? Why are you behaving like this? This should be fine. 100% width, minimum width. Is it because it's width instead of max width? No, that doesn't change anything. Huh. If I actually give it a fixed width, nope. I'm guessing it's because you're part of the flex. And since you're part of the flex, hold on. Are you down here? No, you're not down there. We can do a row. That doesn't change our main though, does it? Okay, there's main now. I'm so used to it wanting to populate without content, but I might actually need content in here. I think that's the issue. Yeah, there we go. That was the issue. Oh, that's annoying. I gotta remember that. So, we probably aren't going to need width or flex direction. I might need width though. That's the minimum width. We can also do a max width of like 80%. So width of 80% gives us that. I think I might go smaller. So we got our minimum of 400 pixels. That's going to be like the main area we're going to work in. And I'm going to have to make this responsive at some other point. So I'm going to drop it down to 70% and yeah, start populating the content, because within that we're going to have form inputs and this and that. It's going to be like the main container that houses everything. So we're going to need a padding. I don't think we have padding anywhere else. We got top and bottom, but we're going to normalize that afterwards. So I'm going to do a 20 pixel padding all around. Cool. And I should not use width to height when using padding or border. Oh, I guess I could switch to margin instead. But margin, yeah, that's the other thing now. I'm only gonna get there if I actually set something within the same container. So I need padding, but the problem is then I can't have the width. No! So that's a bit of a nuisance. Why is it a bad practice to use padding? Do not use width or height when using padding or border. I mean, I can ignore it because it works, but you kind of want to do the... You want to be a good boy. Is this even affected by it? Because it didn't seem to be affected the last time. Oh, right. Because I don't have content in the content. I'm using it incorrectly. That's what margin would do. I guess we can have this as description. And then we are going to have, what was I going to put in here? This I can have padding and stuff now. And that's not an issue. So I can do 20 pixel, or I can even do a margin. I think whoopsie. I think margin will work now. Yeah, margin or padding, both will work now. Because we nested that. So we got our main, then we got our description in that. Cool, I like that. We got our entire container. Then we got our intro, which is just gonna be like, might as well call that a header or whatever. We'll change that afterwards. Then we got our main. All our content's gonna go in there. We're gonna have a description section. And what I really want to do is the way those formatters work, because that's what's going to happen now, and then figure out some logic. think it's text area, right? Call this like user input. And then inside here we can have text area rows. Like, how many rows? I don't know, like 5 columns. Let's visualize what that looks like. Ooh, why is that showing up? Are you using default theme? Check out material theme. I'm not interested in that. I love the way it looks. I'm not fussy when it comes to that, but thanks though. Why are we displaying our code in there? That was weird. Is that just being injected because of it? Have I read your previous messages? Oh, about the Emmet stuff? Yeah. Nah, I just love typing it out this way. I don't need like the fast things. It's still like a learning process. I don't want to jump and do different things. I just take whatever pace I need to. I just want to make sure this isn't an issue now. Because I know the code injection is happening. But for some reason it's happening in our text area now. Yeah, for some reason it wants to inject all the code in there. Why? Why did you want to inject there? Oh, live server. That won't be an issue in a normal. Let's just check a normal. Oh, why did I have to do that now? Note to self, do not right click. I think I would have learned by now. Projects, cool. Take this there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's that. That's not going to be an issue when we don't use the live preview. So we can ignore that safely. That's not a thing. It's just the way it's being injected now with the plugin I'm using. We need this to be nested though. If I change this to 70%, what are we left with now? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. 70% width instead of 100%. And in main, we're going to do padding 20 pixels so that we can we can remove that completely. Yikes! What did we do? I think that's going to solve a lot of our problems now. Especially when I can go padding directly on this. Don't need to do padding there. Oh, I still need to. That's strange. It seems I still need the 100% width. But that doesn't really change anything for us. No. It's messing me around. I'm gonna need the width of 70% here to still get, unless I set the minimum width. And then I'm gonna get the complaint that you should not use padding there. Or there. That's why I was doing it in the description. And they're not nested in there. But container? Main is in container, is it not? Yeah, you are nested. But the items in main aren't. Oh, that's why. Description. So something like that I'm gonna have to do. Same for user input. So 50 columns should give us, yeah. Does that like shrink down? No. Okay, we need that to shrink down. I don't think it's part of a flex. Main is a flex. Hold on, I might have to do display flex on this, I think. It's been a while since I did. No. I thought that was gonna affect it. There's a few things we can do for that. I think it's that minimum amount that we're doing. So maybe if I do just bare minimum to like 30 columns. Yeah, that should work. And then just give it a... I didn't think I'd be like struggling with the layout yet. I want to get to the code part. I think I might have to set text area, box sizing, border, whoops, border box and set its width to 100%. There we go. Okay, that works. Cool, great stuff. Then that's description. What was I doing description the whole time? And not, oh, that was supposed to be user input. Wait, let's see if I remove that. Okay, but that doesn't change anything either way. You would still need... Is it the box sizing though? No. Okay, so you physically have to change it on the text area itself to get what you want. Glend 2, how's it going? Haven't seen you around before. So many new faces all of a sudden. It's probably the time that I'm streaming. Welcome, it's good to have you. Oh, and I see this thing stopped injecting the code. Yay! So we can close that other one now. Okay, so we're making a bit of progress. We want to have that, and we're kind of... Like, I don't think I want to set a minimum height. It depends what it'll look like on mobile. But I could change this to like 6 rows? Maybe? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or maybe we can do height based on... You know what I realized? Let's rather do user input dot user input text area, so we don't affect any other text areas. And then there was something else I was gonna do. Oh yeah. Height. Let's do it like 20 view height. Is that a thing? So that's like 20% of the view height. I think that's a bit much, like... Maybe... 10%? That could work. Oh, but then it's gonna be like... really tiny... And if we didn't have that at all, it would be a standard, yeah. That's a problem with going responsive. You need to then really take into account the smallest... we could do absolutes, like at least, so do like a min height. Is that minimum height of 400? Is that 400? Let's do a minimum of 200. I think that's more than enough. Minimum of 200. Minimum width of 400 for the main container. I think that's a good start. So you got something like that. And it like scales out nicely. And we need to like inset this a bit. Set the background to something like... So Virani said there was a color dropper, but I haven't figured it out yet. It's like hold on. Something happened there for like a brief moment. Could have sworn something happened there. There you go. Is it because I'm holding... No! Just mouse over it. There you go. That's better. Do like a 0.2. I actually want that to be black. Oh, that is black. Then we need to lessen. Okay, but too dark. Now, why isn't the font, the color white? It's part of the body. Why is it suddenly black? That wouldn't have anything to do with our background, would it? Interesting. So you kind of have to do like a color as well. This is going to be the output area, I just realized. I'm about to do my log now, actually. That's the funny part. Let me think. Okay, let me just get my log out of the way. So at least that's done and I don't have to worry that midnight came and I forgot to post, because that would be awful. So it's the 22nd of April, day 22, Monday. Doesn't feel like Monday, still feels like Sunday because obviously the holiday here, Easter and all. And then just update my time. Today was an hour and 33 minutes. So 1 hour 33 minutes. My URL, if I'm gonna have a link. Number 13. And my Twitter post. Let me just go grab that real quick. This is gonna make things way easier and hopefully like teach me a few things along the way. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Updated for day 22. There we go. My log's updated. Now we can start, we can begin. We're gonna need a field. So over here we're going to need a input. Type is going to be a... We can do a text, can't we? And since we're not actually submitting a form, I think we just need input type text. So that'll give us a little input there. And where should we display the hint for that? I think above it. So if we do something like, do we want to put in a paragraph or a span? I could do a P, can't I? And then what's the first thing that we're going to start logging? It's going to be the... Oh, it's going to be the date. So we actually need a date picker as one of the first ones. So I think the input type will just be date then. Input input type date. That should give us, yeah, and then we can just like pick a date, 2019-04-22. And we're going to do some magic with it later. For now we just need a basic rudimentary one, so we're going to take a date. The next form that we need to track is progress. So that's going to be day. Then we're going to have progress, and that's going to be input type it's just going to be text. After progress we're going to have time spent. That's the one that I log. Most people don't, but I mean we could probably have it as optional. That can also be we should do hours and minutes. So let this be a number. Have two inputs. Oh, the numbers add these little thingies, don't they? maybe it's not such a bad idea. Let's add placeholders for it. I think you can add placeholder, can't you? And then hours, does that work? Yeah, that works perfect. Hours, and this is going to be minutes. So we got hours and minutes. So this could be like 2 hours 34, for example, whatever. And what we actually need to do is set some validation. I think we don't even need JavaScript for that. I think we can literally... I don't think it accepts... Oh, it does accept, so JavaScript would have to be used. But you can set a max, from what I remember. Like min-max. Just gotta figure out what was it called again. It was min-max, yeah. So we're gonna say max of 24, because you can't do really more than 24. So that gives you an issue. And then minutes can't be more than 60. So we do max of 60. Cool. But we're gonna probably do JavaScript validation for all of this. And we want to change the let's give it a class. Input hours. Let's like standardize it, and so all of the inputs are gonna be input and then dash whatever else. If I have this underneath, okay, great, it's not blocked, so it's inline. Perfect. Just want to confirm that is inline. Yes, it is. Sweet. Input hours, input minutes. Can I call it hours? I want them all to have this shared class that I can change them all, but then hours and minutes. That might clash with something, so... I guess input hours. And all I wanted here was text align center, so that they can be nice and centered. And then input hours and input minutes. I wanted them to specifically be of a width what's the minimum? I'm not changing them. .input hours. Do I actually have to go like freaking... I'm gonna have to actually style the input, aren't I? It's not changing at all. Any reason you're not using CSS preprocessor? It's on my to-do list. It's actually there. Add CSS normalizer. I think I'm just trying to build like a basic layout of what I'm gonna build before I make it look pretty. And hey, Andrew. So many new people. It's exciting. It's good to have you. Welcome. So yeah, I'm building a little project that's going to take user input and basically return a formatted version of that. It's specifically for the challenge that I'm doing. And I spent a lot of time like manually doing it each time, so I thought if I just have a page where you can just like enter the stuff and hit a button and get the output and paste it, it will go much quicker. And not just for me, like for anyone else. But now I'm struggling with these inputs. The CSS isn't even showing up. That is an input. Pretty sure. Because if I go... Oh, that works. Annoying. So on .input it works. But do you not have a class input hours? You do. Input dash hours. What did I put in? Let me try, because that worked in... Let's try this now again. It's not picking it up at all. Weird. And the CSS path is... That's weird. I could just call .input hours and .input minutes directly. And that will work fine. But why when I call... Oh, okay, because it's all in the same class. Oh well, that's the reason we made input hours and input minutes, so we'll go with that. Let's try to find a value that works for us. You don't want it to be too small. So maybe like, I don't know, 80 pixels? Time 20. You want minutes and hours to fit nicely, and that kind of works. Cool. So we got our time spent. I know it doesn't look pretty, but I mean, we're going to improve upon it as we go. So we got day, progress, time spent. What else do I usually put in? Thoughts. That can be a text area. I could turn this into thoughts, couldn't I? Because I randomly put it in. Instead of having anything in there, we're just gonna have placeholder again. Thoughts. Might have to ellipse that because it doesn't look as good otherwise. And I feel we should add some padding because that does not look nice. We can do input and input thoughts, I guess. Can do like 20 pixel padding. What? Why are you centered now? Why are you centered? That's weird. Oh, you're part of input and text align for input is center. Okay. No, that's not gonna work for us. Or will it? Maybe it can work. We'll see. It was weird. I was just like, why? So the padding did take control. Yeah, it did. Cool. So we got the padding in. Great stuff. I don't think it's going to be that wide, the thoughts. Can we change this to thoughts? Input thoughts. Oh nice, that works. That actually does work. For once. Cool. So I can have that all in one now, and I don't have to worry about that. Cool. So width, we can do probably like 80% of the size. 70% of the size maybe. And I think the entire input, user input, is going to have to be a flex box. Display, I think it already is flex, so I could just do flex direction column, I think it is, to get that all underneath each other. Well, I'm actually gonna do display flex now. Oh, I had to. That's a pity. Alright, where can we find information on what you're building? What information would you like? I'm just doing a little personal project to take user input and format it and output it. Is this Minecraft music? Laravel? No, this is some chill step, just some random playlist that I like to play every now and then. And welcome, by the way, guys. Jeez, more and more people. That's exciting. It's good to have you guys here. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess. I usually try to I try to visualize what I want to do, and it ends up looking awful, and then afterwards I make it look pretty. It's like kind of a sketch. I probably should have done a sketch. To be honest, this is my sketch. So I have a log that I have to fill each day for the 100 Days of Code challenge, which looks something like this. Right? And you'll see things like this. There'll be a day, there'll be today's progress, the time spent, my thoughts on it, links to work, and so forth. And it takes, I wouldn't say it takes a lot of time, but I have to like copy and paste the section, then I have to go edit each one out. And sometimes I forget the day, so it'll be like day 4 but the 5th of April, or like stuff like that. So I wanted a simple way where you could just input all of this information and click a button, it gives you the format, and then you could just go paste it into your log. So it's very specific, like tailored to me, but anyone else that is doing the challenge should have a log file that they update, and hopefully they'll save them time as well. And it's just something to like do to get my knowledge up to scratch. Why'd you even need an input for the date? Just so that it's easy to literally pick a date. So you could just pick it like that, and then it will output the date based on your format preference. Because I know if you're in America, then well, it depends. Some people might want the day first, like Monday the 5th, or they want the 5th of Monday, or maybe they don't even want Monday. And so those are going to be options I'm going to do with JavaScript. So I'm going to take the input and then filter it based on what the input is, and stuff like that. And progress is obviously going to be a bit longer. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it as a text, and then text area for the thoughts I think is fine. Only thing is, now that I've turned it into a flex, the time spent, maybe that's not a bad thing if it's one under the other, because initially I had them side by side. We'll have to play around and see. Doesn't matter, that's simple, that's CSS. We just need to get it all out. So let me get it all out there. Thoughts are there. The last thing to do is links to work. Now this is going to be something that I can finally use my dynamic elements script that I wrote to add or remove the elements. So that's going to be exciting. Let's go ahead and add that. I need to add a little label here. I've got to remember to do labels afterwards. Thoughts. And then we're gonna have links to work, if any. And then this is gonna be a input type text. I don't think there is an input type of, there is an input type of URL. Is that an actual? Because that should then work nicely. So we could do input type URL, why not? So it's going to validate it needs to be a URL. Cool. And then I can have all these sections be optional. And you just tick them, the ones that you want. That can be all part of a config. So yeah, we're gonna need a little button here. So you click that to add more, because right now it only has one input. I mean, I could have them entered separated by commas, and then I can automatically handle that. But I feel that that could really go bad. Like user input, they forget to add the comma and then you have a non-working link. So I think it's better to just have a single input field. If you need more, click the button to get more fields. I think that's what my log looks like right now. Let me just check. Day, yeah. Progress, time spent, links to thoughts, and then links to work, yeah. That's about it. So now I need to take this input and output it. So we're gonna need an output text area. Over here, so it's gonna be a text area class. It's gonna be, oh, we're not gonna have a class for now. I would have to style it later. Can do the same rows 6, columns of 30, placeholder, output. So we got, this thing injected again. There we go. And then we need a button. Very important. So we're gonna need a button, and it's gonna say format, I guess. It's so small! Oh, that's the value. I don't need a value. I think you just need button. There you go. Format. So when we click format, it's going to take our input and it's going to drop it into the output. Now, for the fun part, how are we going to do this? It's going to be fun. I'm going to take the knowledge that I have. So we can go to our main.js and I guess let's start with the time spent one, shall we? So these need to have names now. That's very important because we can have IDs. Oh, the problem now with JavaScript is if I want individual ones, I would need to set an ID because you would use getElement by ID. I can use getElements by class, but then I would have to iterate through every single class. So what's going to be easiest for us? We're probably going to have to set an ID. That's going to be like the least amount of effort. So we can do it the ugliest way that works for now, and later on when we figure out a better way, we could just do the better way, you know? So let's give them an ID. ID, do we say like user hours? We can do input hours, it's fine. They could be the same as a class. Doesn't matter if they duplicate. And then input minutes. Then we can do let user hours equal to document dot get element by ID what did we call it again? Input hours. Input hours dot value. I think it's yeah, it's just dot value. No! Stop changing it! Can you not? Okay, so what are issues here that we need to fix? You want this to be got you. It's never used, yeah. And then what we're gonna do is in output just define a function, actual function, format, no parameters, and we are going to say where's our output? There it is. I'm just gonna call it output for now. I think this should work. Then we can do document dot get element by ID output dot, can we use inner HTML? And I'm just gonna set it to user hours for now. And then we need to add an event listener, don't we? On button. So we give this an ID of... Can we give it an ID of format? I guess. Are we using function as format, but that shouldn't be an issue. Because then we can... document.get element by ID again. Format dot add event listener click, not cluck. That would be funny, wouldn't it? And then format. What issues? Format was used before it was defined. I might have to move this now to the bottom of my body section. In fact, I'm gonna go and do that because I know a lot of times you need to process things. Let's go test that out now, see what we have. So if I click on time spent, we don't have anything attached to that, it would seem. Just want to make sure that's working, so let's do a on-click format, just to make sure it is working. Okay, so it's working when we do the on-click. Cool. Let me reload the page. Okay, so it's not adding the event listener. Because nothing is calling this. This is probably gonna have to be in a what do you call it, function? Anonymous function. Because how else are you gonna call it? So maybe we can do this on the onload. Can I do document? Can I do document on load? Will that work? Because we still need something to call it, don't we? I'm gonna need an anonymous function. Why did I think that would work? So let's do a function. I can't say add event listener because that's what I want to do, but that's already a function, so we need to give it a descriptive name. Let's call it add events. And then we just go add events. I might have to make this dynamic at some point, but for now we're only doing a single element and a single event, so that should be fine. There we go, that works. But it doesn't, oh, okay, because that's invalid input 24. No, it doesn't change it again. Change it once and that's it. That's strange. I'm pretty sure it's not because of the event listener should always be there. Add event listener, click, format, yeah. Actually, we don't need a document on load. What am I? We just call it directly. Okay, that broke it now. Am I getting an error at least? No errors, no nothing. So it works one time, but that's it. On load. That should be enough. You get the element by ID format, and then you add an event listener. It shouldn't ever remove the event listener, it should always be there. So why does it only work once? Once it's worked, that's it, it's done. Let's do some debugging quick. And to make this a bit easier, we're gonna call it format button, because I just realized when you're reading the code now, it's not that easy. It's like, what's format? So we're gonna call it format button. We added a click. You know what I just realized? We're not calling the function, are we? That is the function. I don't know what we were doing. I think that was the issue this whole time. And then I don't think we need to onload. Might need that onload. While I still try to figure out how these things freaking work. We got format button. Format button. Let's just check something. Does this even like... Oh, it does. Okay, so the JavaScript does run. So that means it does call add events. It should add an event listener of click and call format. Which gets the element by ID output and sets the inner HTML to user hours. What is user hours? I think I know what the issue might be. And how to resolve it. Yep. Now we know what the issue is. Cool. This needs to be all part of the format function. It needs to update these things once you actually click the button. We were updating it when we had nothing in the button. So now if I hit 22, format, let's first see what happens. Are we registering any? Oh! It's running the function. That's not supposed to happen. That isn't supposed to happen at all. It's supposed to add an event listener of click and format. Okay, I think we ran into our first issue. Now we know what the issue is. I might have done this incorrectly. No, it shouldn't be. I'm calling the function here, that's why. This is passing the function. I had it right all along. Why am I doing this tonight? Can we try this again, please? Click the button. Button clicked. Okay. And there, it's logging each additional time. So now if I go 22, yay! 10. Brilliant! We finally made progress. Oh! Took long enough. Baby steps. First steps. So we need to build a string now. How does my hours, the time spent? The hours string is... Now I need to get the markup. But it's double asterisks. So we're going to use template literals. Time spent, because that's how I write it. Time spent, then apparently I do it this way. Why do I do it that way? Anyway, that's the way I do it. And then we need to add user hours. How do I do it? Yep. We need user hours. And user minutes. And I'm aware user minutes doesn't exist yet. Wait, can you not combine them all into one? Do I need to... Wait, can I do this? User minutes, can I do that? And then user minutes is document dot get element by ID input minutes dot value. And then we're gonna, we're gonna do the hours string now. Well, actually it's not even hours string. Unexpected use of comma statement. Okay, so that is incorrect. Well, let's just see what happens. I'm curious. Time spent 10. Okay. I didn't like the comma. Getting somewhere though. So am I literally gonna have to go and for each one do this? Is there not a way to like combine them? And then a full stop at the end, don't forget the full stop. So if we go format, oh, we're missing 18 hours and minutes. We're also gonna have to do some logic to see if there actually are hours or minutes and stuff like that. 18 hours, 10 minutes. Hey! I think I'm gonna start adding and from now on. And I'm gonna completely update mine. 18 hours. Do you need the and? 18 hours, 10 minutes. Maybe we don't. I'll leave it like that. So far that's good. Because that gives me the time spent the way that I'd normally format it. Now we just obviously have to do the same for each one, following the markup of GitHub. Can I do a line break there? Oh, I can, because I'm gonna need line breaks. Sweet. Just testing, obviously. That looks good. So let's go and get the progress now. User progress equal to I think we called it input progress. No, we didn't even like name it or anything. ID equal to input progress. User string literal progress and then add user progress to it. Just gonna make a little note for myself, and that's not progress. So progress time spent, great. Then we can just spit out don't think we do it that way. Oh, it works. Then am I gonna do like a new line? We're gonna need a final string, I think. That's gonna be the easiest. We're gonna call it formatted output equal to, it's gonna be progress, then it's going to be a new line times 2, then it's going to be time spent, and that's it. And then we just output the formatted output. Token identifier, did we mess up? What? Oh, damn, I didn't spell const right. There you go. Then I could literally just copy that and paste that, and it's like, boom. Getting there. You'd obviously need... Today I wrote a web app. That's so cool. Getting there. How are we gonna do the date? I feel that one is gonna be a tricky one. Let's leave the date, let's keep moving on. Progress, time spent. Thoughts. Thoughts is pretty easy, huh? ID equal to input thoughts. Thoughts. Get all your thoughts here. I'm gonna have to copy this. I need to figure out what the shortcut key is to do what I wanted to do. Is there... We're gonna have to find a way to refactor this. A lot of repetition. But for now it's fine. Same as this pretty much. This becomes thoughts and this becomes user thoughts. Actually today's progress. Today. This is today's progress. And is this thoughts? Yeah. What's the issue? Thoughts is assigned a value but never assigned. We're getting there. So it's first progress, then it's time spent, and then thoughts afterwards. Then we're gonna do a line break, thoughts. There we go. Slowly but surely. My thoughts on today. It's so cool. Let's fix up our thoughts text area. Class, let's call it output, I guess. Don't mind if I share this, do you? So you know what could potentially be cool is if it auto updates as you add things. So we must watch for like change and stuff. I'm gonna add that as like a potential feature. It should be easy enough to implement. And I think we're gonna need a date library. There is one, a popular one, and then we can use that. Is this the format that it's always gonna be in? The date format? Input date. Just want to see what user date outputs. 2019-04-19. Okay, so it is going to display like that. And then based on my log, I do April 22nd. Let's check the date methods. So apparently we can use getDay. So if I do getDay, what does that give us? Isn't get... it is. Oh, is it because it's date? I don't think that works in the way that I think it will. Do I need to call it on something? What format does it expect it in? Because why can't I use .getDay on it? Let's see if there's a way to do that. I think I know what we need to do. We need to actually create the date. So I might have to do let date equal to new date and then date equal to user date. I'm just gonna have to test this and see if this works. It's a constant. The word date's starting to look weird now. Oh no, new date is not going to do what I think it's going to do either. Because date is going to create a new object constructor, and since we haven't created date in that sense, let me test something. New date, April 23, 2019, right? I just want to log date. 2019-04, yeah, cool. So that worked. So now if I do this console log and I do date.getDay, should give us Tuesday. Gives us two. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to work with that. I mean, worst case we can have an array where if it's 2, it's Tuesday, if it's 3, it's, you know, Wednesday, stuff like that. Okay, so that works in this sense. And what if I pass the format of 2019-04-22, 23 rather, because I think that is oh, that seemed to work. Okay. And what if I console log user date? User date. Okay, that works. So then why can't I put... I don't think I've actually tried to do that. If I do that, the date is new date, user date, console.log user date, console.log date.getDay. Oh, that worked. That worked. That worked. 5th. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The 19th was Friday, is that correct? Yeah, it was. Sweet. Oh, we're getting somewhere. This is good. This is good. But now how do we... Is there no way to... I wanted to return the day, but it returns it as a number. Ugh, it's fine. We can work around that. It's not the worst thing ever. So we're gonna have to clean this up. Let days equal to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm gonna add a new function to convert like But getDay is already a function name. Why does it have to display it as a... Format. It's not really format, it's I guess convert day then. Then we can have days here. And then we're just going to return days, day. So if you enter convert day 0, it's going to return Sunday. I guess num will be better in that case. Convert day. So that should give us the date now. Really? Do I have to like move the function freaking up? Because it works that way? What now? Friday! Yes! Perfect! So we got the Friday out of it. Cool, we're making progress. So let us say let date day so date day is Friday. Cool. What's the next part that we need to extract? We need the month. Now there is a function get month, but I think that returns a number again. Get month, yeah, number 0 to 11. Yay. Function convert month num const months, then return months num. There. Convert month. I know there's a library that I can use that does this, but if I don't need to include the library and it's very simple, then I might as well just do this, huh? And then if I want to do date month, we just change this to month, convert month date dot get month, and then we do console.log date month date day. April Friday, perfect, getting somewhere. Next we need the actual day itself. No, what do you call it? The day is like, what am I thinking? I need the day, so it's almost like a date. It's not a full date. Get date is the function. So I should call this date full instead. Because then I can do const date is date. Is that what we would call it? Because the month makes sense. The day of the date. But wouldn't the day be like the first or second? What do you call Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc.? That's also a day. It's the date, but I don't want to call it date just by itself. So date? Sounds silly, I know, but what can we do? Maybe when I wake up in the morning I'm gonna be like, what the hell was I smoking? Not that I smoke, but you know. So this should literally be dateful dot get date. Go get yourself a date. And then the format needs to be month, then the date, and then the day. April 19, Friday. Perfect. Okay, but there's a comma afterwards. So if I'm gonna do this in string literals, then I might as well do it like this. There. So then it should look like my log. April 19, Friday, perfect. So that's what you want. That's, I guess, what can be date. And then literally replace this entire thing with that, because it's an actual full-on thing. And date is one of the first things, because you got progress. Yeah, so date is the first thing. I still want to log date, just so I can see that that works fine. April 19, Friday. Oh, that is so cool. So if I change this to anything else, like Tuesday, the 2nd of April. April 2, Tuesday. Yes! Oh, amazing. 30th of April format. April 30th, Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday? Yeah, it is. Let's do 18th of April, Thursday. Perfect. And let's do like a whole, like other month. Do a past month, March. 5th of March. Go. March 5th, Tuesday. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I can't believe I actually did that. Like, formats it. I thought that would be way more complex. Nice. So then where I say date is, okay, we need the, I just realized we probably need a way for them to specify what day they're on currently. So where it says day, that should say date. And we need another one that says day. And that's going to be a input type of number with the max being 31 and the max length being 2. Just realized I can use max length, which is not working. Oh, hold on. Did I even save that now? Why is it not respecting the max? Why respect the max length? Oh well, if it's not going to respect, I'm not even going to stick it in. I'll handle that with JavaScript. Okay, so day and then date. So now what we need to do is we need to also get day. You correct that if you want to. Use day equal to, it's going to be input day without the E, and we need to say that your ID input day. Cool. Then your user day is that. Great stuff. Now we need another one called date. And that's gonna look like three big thingies. So now the hashtags. Then we need the day, literally day, and then the actual dates, the amount, the day we're on. So user day, so day X, colon, and then date month, date day, day, and then end it off. So then when we format the output, we can also add date. New line, and then progress, etc, etc. So this should be now updated with, oh, we need an actual day. So let's say this is day 42, and it's the 18th of April on a Thursday. Much progress. Such wow. We spent 4 hours and 42 minutes. 62. Oh, never mind. I messed up with the max day over here. Thinking that it was the day of the week. That's not what we want. We don't need a max here. I could say max 100 because it's 100 days of code, but you know, I'm not going to restrict that. Thoughts? Format. Day 42. This is like literally what I need so far. So like compare it to my log. We'll see the format. See, it's double hash, triple hash, day, whatever the day is. Today's progress was whatever the progress is, time spent, and then thoughts. And then links to work is the only thing missing. But I think I can add that tomorrow. I'm happy with the progress so far. And we can even add an unformatter to like take this data and give us the plain text. But that's like a job for another time. Well, I mean, you don't even need to, right? You just like view it in non-markdown. Maybe the one thing I can work on is just the logic if there's no hours or minutes, because if I leave nothing in hours and format, it's gonna say, it's just gonna look weird. So let's do the logic for that. It's a lot of consts. I feel it needs to happen. That's where we do it, time spent. We could add it as another string literal, where user hours What's the neatest way that we can do this in? It's the time spent that we need to change. Yeah, that's the one. So let's do an if. If user hours less than or equal to less than or equal to 0. Or just do less than 1. Simple logic. We're gonna have to update time spent, and it's gonna have to not be a const anymore. And the repetition, and this is horrible. We're gonna have to fix this tomorrow. I have a feeling I know. We can let time spent by default just be minutes. X minutes. However, if the user hours is greater than 0, implying there are hours, we need a... If it's 1, it needs to be hour. And if it's greater than 1, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to refactor this tomorrow. Way too much repetition. To call the same variables, way too much repetition. We need to refactor tomorrow. But for now, let's just get it working, so we have a base idea of what we want. So if it's exactly 1, it's going to be a single hour. If it's more than 1 hour, it's going to be hours. Oh, we're definitely going to refactor, because I just realized minutes need the exact same treatment. We could do time spent hours be user hours So time spent hours is user hours hour, and then we can do if we get this part here, if user hours is greater than 1, then time spent hours, because I literally could have a variable for hours. I could literally just concatenate and add an S at the end of that, couldn't I? Let's figure that out tomorrow. Let's just get this working for now. time spent minutes, and then we're going to do the same for minutes. It's going to be minute by default. And we do the same check here, except for user minutes. Time spent minutes equal to user minutes. There we go. And then time spent is literally and there's time spent. Literally like that. So time spent is time spent hours, and time spent minutes. And we can now remove the hour, and we can remove the minutes, and we just add a full stop at the end. Phew! So that should handle that case. Damn. So if I have just 52 minutes, the output should be... Still says hour, 52 minutes. Oh, because we didn't cover the case of if it's omitted or not. I'm gonna need to do this, I believe. What if it's 1? If it's 1 and I do else, we're gonna run into an issue. So I'm gonna have to do an else if user hours, definitely gonna have to refactor tomorrow, less than 1, time spent hours equal to blank string, empty. So that produces, what does that produce for us? 52 minutes. That's great. And if there is an hour, 1 hour, okay, we need the spacing, that's what I thought. So by the minutes. So like that. That gives us 1 hour 52 minutes. What if it's 2 hours? 2 hours 52 minutes, great. What if it's 0 hours? It's just 52 minutes, but now you've got an extra space there because... Okay, so the space needs to be somewhere else. I think there. That should work. 52 minutes, perfect. 1 hour 52 minutes, great. 2 hours, 2 hours 52 minutes. What if it's 1 minute? 1 minute, 2 minutes. Perfect. Nice. If it's 0, I think we should do the same. If it's 0, we must completely wipe it. Time spent minutes is a blank string. So in this case we will get 2 hours But now hours adds that. Hours adds that space. See, that's not the issue. The issue is going to come now. 2 hours, 1 minute. I could add an evaluation into the time spent where if it's greater than, 0. What's the easiest way to solve this now? Can't add spaces here because if there's no minutes you can have blank spaces, and you can't add them there because again if there's no hours you can have blank spaces. We're gonna have to play around with something on that front. See, that works until you have no minutes and then you have that empty space. What if you have no hours? We're gonna have to add like some error checking and all that. We can always take the final output and trim it of any spaces at the end. I mean, that is an option too. Trim any double spaces in general, so that will cover the middle parts, and trim any spaces at the end. But you shouldn't have to perform sanitation if you're writing the code, so that means it's in the code that needs to be better. I know that you can perform operations, I think, inside of these, but I don't think you can have an if inside of it. Like, you can go variable times a variable inside there and it will evaluate. Okay, so if we do it this way, the only issue comes in when you've got hours and minutes. That needs to stay that way. Wait, what if I did none? Is none valid or is it null? Instead of an empty string, what if I did null? And I did 0 minutes? Oh, you'll literally get null. Why is it evaluating null? And I thought I was being smart. return nothing, so you don't have that space. It's 2 hours. That's where the space is. There's the space. So it actually isn't returning anything. It's just because we added. Can I combine these? Can I go plus? Is that going to actually combine the numbers together? Oh, hold on. That works. But what happens if it's 0 minutes again? Exact same issue. Ah, so yes, you can combine them, but it doesn't help us in this case. Okay, I think this is going to have to be a trouble for tomorrow that we're going to have to solve. I mean, everything else works fine otherwise. It's just that issue we're going to have to resolve. The links should be pretty straightforward. I mean, I might as well get the logic for the first one done. And then it's like done. We're gonna have to do a class on this because you can't have multiple IDs. So the input URLs are gonna have to be a class, and I'm gonna have to get a oh, how do you do the comment again? Like that? Yeah. And what is the function? Document.get element by class name and loop through that. Each URL. That's what I'm gonna have to do tomorrow, but I'm not gonna do it now. And then input URL is the final thing that you do. We're gonna treat this as a single URL for now. It should technically be uppercase, but then it doesn't look as pretty. That's fine. Have it lowercase. Let it be more consistent, rather. What am I missing? Input URL, user. See, that will look weird. So we're just gonna have to capitalize that. And then so this is links to work. I'm gonna have it displayed like this. So we need our string literal, links to work. You know what actually we can do? That'll be cool. Is instead of it saying links to work, depending on how many links you add, that can change. So in this case, yeah, I'll leave it as such for now. And then we're adding URL. Wow. Test. And there's a link. Oh, how the URL is gonna work, you need a name. So I just remembered something now. It's gonna be a two-part thing. Because formatting for the win. And a lot of people I see have messed up their formatting and they don't understand the markup for get. When you have the link in the curly braces and the information that you want in the square braces. That seems to trip people up and then they mess the entire code up. So we need to change this. It's going to be... It is links to work, but it's going to be... The first one is going to be link title, input URL title, so that's going to change to input URL link. And we're going to have another one, which is input ID, input URL title, and this type is going to be text. And then underneath that you're going to have link URL, and then wherever we use user URL, that needs to change to user URL link. Oh, that's hard to read though. You know what, we can leave it as user URL. And then literally have the exact same thing as above, and that's going to be user URL title. Title.value. And then URL is going to be the first one in brackets, user URL title, and then you need to have it in parentheses, the URL, to be properly formatted. And then if we run that, well, we should probably add a link. So link title github.com. Wrong one. The order matters. So we just have GitHub there, and if we format, we get GitHub. That's perfect. It's exactly how it should be. Is there extra space there, or am I? Yeah, I'm imagining it. So that works. Whew. We need to add a new section. Also add ability to add new URLs dynamically. To add / remove new URLs. Is that the only thing that we need to add multiples of? Yeah, I think so. That's pretty much everything that I would need. Like, I can use this as is right now. This is the exact markup that I need. So that's why I said it makes it easier, because then you could just tab. You just like get all the information, format, done, copy, paste, done. Now we just need a way when you select this, it automatically copies. We can add a copy to clipboard. We need a copy text. So let's go ahead and add under here button ID copy button. Did we just say copy output? Like, is that good? We'll figure out the, like, what we'll call it afterwards. So we need to add, now we can finally add a new event as well. Document get element by copy. Did I say copy? Was it called copy button? Yeah, copy button, add events listener click, and then the name of the function. Okay, and now we need a function. Can we just call it copy? So function copy, and then in it we need to have let output equal to we just use dot value here. Let output is document dot get element by ID output dot value, and then we do output dot select, then document dot execute command copy. And that should be it. So let's go give it a try now. So you see what I've pasted? It's document.get element by. So if I click format and I say copy output, output.select is not a function. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. Document.get element by ID output. Sorry, I messed up. So I still have that format. Cool. Copy output. Now if I paste, nailed it. Great. Now we just need to stop it from highlighting. So there's a way that we can do this. We can select, then we copy it, then output, set selection range 0, 0. Output.blur, apparently? What does blur do? Let's try it. Oh, nice! And still works. Why is it? Oh, it's duplicated twice because I put the thoughts in there. There we go. That's better. I can't believe we actually got that to work. Like, wow. Copy output. Bam. Just like that. Now all we need is kind of like a alert type thing that lets you know that it's been copied. So there's that. Yeah, I think we're good. Maybe remove those borders. Hate those borders. From input. All of you need the class input. Thoughts has it. You need it, and you need it, and you need it. There we go. And now what needs to happen is we need to remove the borders from input. Border 0. Was it 0? Or was it none? There. The borders are gone at least. Those default borders. Are you not behaving? Output. Where's output? There's class. Oh, but you can't have class input or output. It wouldn't make sense, would it? So we just need border none. Border none. So instead of 0, maybe we do none, because none is valid. There you go. That's better. We need to change normalize. And we need to add normalize. Normalize.css. There we go. Did that normalize everything? I can't tell if anything changed. Yeah, it did. So I'm just playing around with trying to see it make the changes. Cool. Well then, that works. Those are your thoughts, but you don't want your thoughts, do you? Output. Should we try height 100%? That doesn't change anything. I thought it would have. Do we do like min height? Will that change anything for us? No, that doesn't. And if I change... Oh, I already do have a min height, that's why. If I change it to 400 pixels, there you go. Let's do a min height of 300. I think 200 was fine. But it just cuts off. What if we do like 250? For like that edge case. 220? I want to get like that bare minimum. There you go. Cool. Well, I think I'm done for now. I see why the border is important. Jeez. Because if you don't have the numbers there, you like don't know what the hell's going on. What did we say? Challenge day? I see it doesn't center the date. Did we add class to date? Yeah, we did. Class input. Is it not affected by text-align center? Am I gonna have to add dot input date just for it to work? Nope. How about date? Is date a valid selector? Oh, it wants to select date like that. Input? Is input date a valid one? How about just input? Nope. Why do you hate me? It's fine. It's not... I'm sure we can figure that out at some point in time. Gonna need to style that. Hours, minutes. Cool. Thoughts. Feel free to add your thoughts. During the day's challenge. Feel free to add your thoughts during the day's challenge. You can cover how you felt, what you learned, what you struggled with, what challenges you overcame, etc. Can we vertical align that? Is center an option? Guess we're gonna learn now. Nope, that doesn't align it. You've got a WebKit, baseline middle. doesn't do anything. I wonder if we can use one of these. The justifies, and figure out which one works. Ah! I thought it would work! There are solutions around it, but it's not that elegant, so the quick and the short of it is I'm just gonna have to deal with it being like that. I think we can do that right now. If output is empty, alert should probably make this a string. So if you try to copy it where there's nothing, it should wait, console.log output. What is output? Is it not empty? Oh, we're logging it to the console. Missing a... Oh, never mind. This might have been the reason why it didn't work in the first place. Should have checked the log here. Unexpected token. There's another one. There we go. If you try to copy when you have nothing, well, you don't get anything. Okay, let's figure out what the value was. Console.log output. Let us know what the value of output is. Is it not empty? Oh. Okay, got a solution. Output.inner HTML is empty. There you go. There you go. Nothing to copy. Brilliant. Remove the below once done. Cool. Nothing to copy. And if that is blank, well, we can, yeah. Also add form validation. We gotta make the form feel validated. We have to say, hey, you're a good form. Or, you know, you're a bad form. Okay, this is good so far. I'm happy with that. We made quite a bit of progress. I pretty much have everything I need right now to use this. But it doesn't look pretty, 1. 2, it doesn't have support for dynamic links. And that's about it, except 3, you know, if you somehow the minutes and whatever. But it's functional so far. Progress. Width 200 pixels. Wait, I only need input progress. What am I doing? So if I don't have progress, can we do like 300? What's the minimum that we set our entire thing to? 400 pixels. So let's set it to 300 pixels. Cool. And then the links and all that can be the same. There we go. That's nice. So they're all the same. We've got to make this flow somehow, because now it just kind of looks a little bit weird. And let the date and the day be the same width. $150 pixels maybe? Can I do text align center yet? No. Date. Apparently it's an issue with no, it's not that. That didn't seem to do anything. No, that didn't change anything either. I can apparently create a dot center and add it to the div. Apparently. That didn't change anything. Why you not like to be center, huh? You're being difficult. That's annoying. Apparently you need to display it as a block. Man, the internet's got a lot of crazy stuff for you to try. But I'll try anything. Yeah, I was skeptical. That didn't change anything for us. But let me give it a fair chance. Display block doesn't change anything. If I say none, okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Is it because of flex by any chance? It's not flex. Okay, here's some weird ass spaghetti code we can try. Okay, none of that changed anything for us. But there is a bit more code, so let's paste it all. Nope, none of that worked. At least we tried. Are these people just like literally guessing? As much as I'm guessing now. Is this something I'm gonna have to live with? Why you gotta do this? And even that's not centered. That's annoying. Damn it! Browsers, why you gotta do this? Why? Why you gotta mess with my OCD like this? I'm gonna find a way tomorrow. I'm gonna find a way. I have to. Because everything else is centered and that just looks so silly. I can't, like, with the right conscious. It's almost like there's padding or something. There's like a span in there. But you can't like access it normally. Oh! Item was set to grow. Hey! Now we know what the issue is. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Now, is this because of my flex? That's what I want to know. So let's go disable all of my flex. Still got a flex. Disable flex everywhere. Still. So where is it getting this flex from? Interesting. So we onto something here. There's a flex on this freaking thing. God knows where it came from. No wonder. It is centered. div.dateTimeBox. Let's see if we can change that. Date, time, box, flex, none. Well, it's already a flex, so what if we display? Wait, it's not hidden, it's display none. It's not hidden, so it's input box wrapper. Dot datetime input box. Is that it now? Still not. Input box wrapper. Nope. Nope. Is that a thing? This is internal browser stuff now. It's no longer what we have. Interesting. Let's see what the internet knows about. Shadowroot. div.datetimebox. That's where it is. div.contain, div.main, div.user input. There we go. So we can hide it. Now what if we turn it into a block? If it's got flex on, can I do flex direction column? Nope. I'm gonna get you at some point. Is it one of these? No, because it's got a flex in there. You can see what the issue is. How are we going to solve that? There's nothing wrong with this. It's perfectly centered. It's the fact that there's that and there's that. And there's no clear distinction. There's no like, hey, click there. Why they chose to do it that way, I have no idea. And if I could edit this, it would be amazing. But we can't edit it. Am I gonna be defeated by the browser? Damn it. No! We might have to look at some jQuery styling, form styling, to solve this issue. That's the only way I could see is solving it, because that is gonna bother me. I just know myself, and that's gonna bother me. But yeah, otherwise I'm happy with the way things are right now. We made a lot of progress. And I'm gonna end things off for now and then pick things up tomorrow again, because it's getting quite late for me. But yeah, good progress so far. Wait, what happens if I put a placeholder there before I go? I'm just like curious now that I think about it, like... Does it support placeholder? Ah, it doesn't support a placeholder. No placeholder support for input date. Good to know. Should I put it in the other order? Link URL and then link title? It should be title and URL in terms of GitHub. I'm just thinking in terms of user flow. No, title should be fine. And then the URL itself. Cool. Well, that's me for now. I'm gonna pick this up again tomorrow. Thanks to everyone that dropped by. I appreciate it. This is something new, different, challenging, but fun. And yeah, I'm gonna end things off for now. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna do the usual bits of studying and then we're gonna tackle this again. It's gonna be fun. So I hope you guys have an incredible day, evening further, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next stream. Bye for now.